What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be hanging out for a little while and checking out a title called Traveler's Rest. Now, I remember covering this game many years ago. However, my memory of those events is unfortunately not that well put together. So what I did is I sat down and I played the game for most of the morning here since I got up so that we could put together some impressions of the game, because it feels like it's been in early access for quite a while and I've got a sneaking suspicion that it's time for me to update my coverage. So Traveler's Rest, what is it and why should you be interested in it? Traveler's Rest is a game where you're an innkeeper. It's an innkeeper RPG, but instead of your character leveling up and your character getting better at things, instead your tavern levels up and gets all the XP as you kind of brew beers and serve them to people and clean up floors and all that kind of fun stuff. The game is also open world. There are a number of various zones that you can transition into and out of. I haven't checked like every single direction and every single road yet. I think I've been like one or two tiles to the north and like a tile to the south. I didn't see anything just yet, no narrative to be spoken of so far, like something like Graveyard Keeper, but the game does seem to have a lot of crafting. The game does seem to have a decent amount of grind to it. In this case, I'm not talking about grind as though it's a bad thing. I think that the audience that plays these types of games actually specifically plays them for the manufacturing and for the building grind, and I found that this game is pretty good at it, actually. I've had a good time with the time that I've spent this morning. It seems to be fairly well put together and fairly well polished as of right now. So we're going to play the game for about, let's call it 30-35 minutes with editing and all that kind of stuff. We'll see if this game is a good fit for you, or if it's just not up your alley. If it ends up being the kind of game that you wanted to get for yourself, I will have a link for you down below in the description. On top of that, you can also find a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream. On the day this video goes live, there's a pretty solid chance that I will end up streaming the game so that you can see this playthrough right here continued, and we'll make our tavern nice and dope and kind of see what's 4 or 5 hours into the game. Let's roll. So in this game, I'm a couple hours in right now, and this is my tavern. It's called the Sunken Cheek. Inside of here, you will see that everything actually, except for the bar top, everything in here, the bar top and the fireplace, I made and placed everything inside of here. So all of these tables, these candles, like I made the beer that's inside of the taps over here. So you can see I've got different kegs inside of there. I manufactured all of the porridge that is up inside of our larder on our menu. So if we end up opening up this place, customers will start to stream on in and they will fill the place to capacity. Now, what do customers need in order to be, oh yeah, that's Gustavo right there. That's Gustavo the kitty. You could pet him. There you go. So just in case you were wondering, the game gives you a kitty a couple days in, and there's like a bunch of different kitty models, and they all have different animations, and they're all I took the fattest kitty that I could possibly get. All right, it's a tricolor cat. I know that I named it Gustavo. Statistically, it's almost a statistical impossibility for a male cat to have 3 colors. Just doesn't happen. Most male cats have 1 color or 2 colors. The calico color right here means it's probably Gustava, but like, Gustavo sounded funnier, and he's got a big tummy right there. So let's just assume that he's a statistical anomaly, and that he's one of the rare male calico cats that can exist out there. But Gustavo, that's Gustavo. You gotta pet the Gustavo. There we go. We petted the Gustavo. Let's go ahead and open up the bar. I'm sure people in town are absolutely raring to drink at 10 in the morning. I've done most of the prep work that needs to be done for a successful opening day, and then I'll give you the remainder of the tour. So there's our first customer. You basically interact with them from behind the countertop. They will order something. You give them that something. They will pop a squat at one of the tables that you have provided, and when they get done with their meal, they may come drink. They may want dessert. They may want something else. They may get into a fight. It kind of depends. That guy made a huge mess and apparently threw a skull on the ground. All right, so we want a grog over here. There's your grog, and these two people want some porridge. There's some more porridge right there. I'm gonna go ahead and break out my mop, and we're gonna clean up this mess. If there's too many messes around the interior of your inn, people will get upset with you. They'll get mad, and then they'll be more likely to fight with other customers, and then you gotta break up fights and beat people with your broom. And so it's just easier. We got another grog over here, 1 grog coming up, 2 more porridges. Let's get them on out the door. We're making decent profit right now. We're making okay money. You want to watch out for people that are dirty in this game, so if they have dirty clothing, they're much more likely to deposit refuse or detritus or something else all over your bar floor. And so, oh, we're at capacity right now. 2 more people, and the fire marshal himself would slide through mad at us. The nicer your bar is, the more XP you get. So you saw the plus 50 that guy gave us when he was walking out. When people are done with their orders and they are finished eating, you get XP based on the amount of comfort and the amount of service that you were able to provide. And so, like, if they get mad at the counter over here, you get less XP. If there's a bunch of dirt and trash all over the place, they get upset. This table's dirty. I gotta wipe this down. There we go. Oh, this one's dirty too. Wipe this one down too, I guess. You can also, you control the temperature inside of here, so when it's winter time or when it's cold or at night, you'll have to maintain the fire on this side and make sure you have enough stored up firewood to keep the fire going. Otherwise, people complain about the cold. Give that guy another beer right there. And the purpose of all this, like the entire game, this is actually like the action-packed part of the game right here, is when you're actively running around kind of serving customers, making sure everybody has what they need in order to get by. And then you're going to earn a whole bunch of money during this phase, but you are going to tap out on product eventually, and that's when you go into kind of like I suppose Harvest Moon or like Stardew Valley mode, where you're gonna be, you know, farming, you're gonna be pickaxing ore, you're gonna be chopping down trees, you're gonna be manufacturing things, all for the next big push of customers. Now when we're done here, we just have to put up last call. There's no hours or anything else like that. Nobody gets mad when you put up last call. So we'll put up last call real quick. I'll clean up this table on the... Oh, we got so many tables to clean. All right. But now that our brunch rush is done, people are drinking pretty heavily for the brunch rush. I'm not gonna lie. For pre-5 p.m., there was a lot of liquor served today. And as you can see, our little XP meter is gonna fill on up. I'm gonna clean up a few more messes. And it looks like we're well on our way to level 2. When we get to level 2, it's going to unlock further parts of our tech tree. I'll show you that in just a second once I get all these messes taken care of. Let's see what the damage was to our stocks and what we still have. We have half a barrel of grog left. We have a barrel of ale remaining that wasn't touched. We only sold 21 of our porridges. And so we're actually still in pretty good shape for another opening. Maybe we'll do it tonight. I've got some maintenance tasks I need to take care of. This is our kitchen back here. This kitchen is going to hold the full suite of objects that you need in order to manufacture food, drinks, all that kind of stuff. I've only got 2 recipes right now. I've got porridge, and if I throw some barley in there, it'll become starchy. All of your food in this game is customizable. So every food has like a number of aspects that it needs to have, like starchy, chewy, meaty, fruity, you know what I mean? And you have to add those things on in, but you also have kind of categories that allow you to do whatever you want to make them special and like name them your own way. And we've got our mild ale right there, so that's good. We can replace this tap over here when it runs out of the grog that the game gave me as part of the tutorial. But for now, we already opened up for the day, so let me take you on a little brief jog. These are my crops over here. They're not fully grown yet. I think I was growing corn so that maybe we could get our popcorn Sutton on and grow some corn liquor. Get that going, get that thump keg all out there in the holler. But let's go ahead and move this up to this side real fast, and I've got my woodworking area and also my blacksmithing area. Over here, I'm able to make iron bars, and I can make nails. On this side, I think I've been making wooden planks. We also have the capability of chopping some firewood, but it actually looks like I need to go chop down some trees. In this game, the resources, they respawn every morning after you sleep. So if you've already chopped down all the trees and you've already gathered all the ore, not really too many more ways to advance. There are some harvestable veins and harvestable things on neighboring maps, but they are much more limited than on this map where we own all the property and we're allowed to do whatever we want. As far as I can tell so far, the effects of my industry on the forest surrounding my house, pretty rough. Pretty rough in all honesty. We do have some beautiful coal over here, so let's go ahead and grab that real quick. Your character is customizable. I made mine look like Mike Shinoda in a Benjamin Franklin outfit. I don't know. We'll go back down this way, and we'll see if we can... oh, that's iron right there. I would have sworn that that was coal. Is this also? Oh, this is all iron. Okay, well, I was hoping for coal. Coal is like a super fuel. Pretty much every crafting bench in this game requires a ludicrous amount of fuel to keep running. And so I spend a very large chunk of my time just chopping down trees and making firewood. I would say that I spend pretty much for every day the inn is open, I spend an entire day chopping things down, harvesting things. This is one of the neighboring maps over here. There is a signpost, but it doesn't look like we can actually interact with it. I don't know how much of this stuff is actually implemented inside of the early access, but it does look like there's a little town over here, and there's little signposts and pigs and cows, and as you can see, everything is beautifully animated. I think that the pixel art in this game is done really well. In fact, I think they've maybe they picked up a new artist in between now and the last time I played the game, because I have like this weird ringing memory in my head that like this game used to have much simpler graphics. I don't know if that's true or not, but it feels that way to me, that when I played this game all these years ago, it was a lot simpler in appearance. Now the game actually has very complex pixel art and very complex like 4 to 8 frame animations for just about everything that happens. There's little shops, there's little towns, all kinds of little things you can play around with. And so definitely take the time to explore your areas and like where things are at, and you'll find little things like exactly, we'll harvest up a tree right there. For this mission, I'll need some potions. Hello, I'm Violet. I don't think I've seen you here before. That's a killer mullet. First of all, you're my hero. All right, that is the best mullet that I've ever seen in my life. I'm Splat. I own the tavern next door. Innkeeper, huh? You must know a lot of stories about customers. You should tell me some of those. Stories about monsters, mysterious magic. You like that kind of stuff, huh? Yup, Dad and Uncle Woody were adventurers before Dad and Mom got married. At night, Dad tells stories about those old adventures. Someday, I'm gonna leave this farm and travel the world fighting monsters and saving people. All right, you're pretty brave. That's right, I'm not afraid of monsters at all. If I see one, I'll kill it instantly with my sword. Okay, fair enough. So we got like a little training dummy over here. It looks like there's just apples and things that I can have while we're cruising around on this side. So that's probably good. I don't know how to make cobblers or brown betties or anything else like that that people might like to eat. But probably further on down the line, some lemons and some limes. Now we just gotta find a Pacifico or like a Corona, dude. Oof. We already got the stuff. Either that or we need to find some Jolly Ranchers around here. I don't know if you ever done that. I used to do that when I was in college. That was like the popular thing when I was in college, is you get a Corona, and then you pop a Jolly Rancher in it, and it would turn the color of the Jolly Rancher that you popped in it. I don't know. It was super popular at like functions and like keggers and stuff when I was in college. From what I remember, it didn't really like change the flavor of the beer altogether that much. It still tasted like a Corona until you got down to that last like inch and a half of beer at the bottom of the bottle. I think it was honestly just to change the color of the beer so that it would interact with black lights and stuff like that. Just like look cooler in a party-like environment, you know what I mean? That's copper ore right there. We don't really need it. I do need all of the things in this game. So all of your crafting benches, they work all by their lonesome. You don't need to be there to interact with them. You just line up a whole bunch of stuff that you wanted to make, and you are good. I need more fuel over here. Let's go ahead and throw some coal. For whatever reason, the anvil needs coal. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and dump what I have, though, into the thirstiest of my fire resources. I still have a lot of iron to process, so we'll keep on processing that. I do need some candle holders, so we'll get like 5 candle holders ready to rock just to make the tavern a little bit more comfortable. There is a large array of things that you can do in this game in order to make your tavern more comfortable, so keep that in mind. There are also benches that you will not be given by the training in the tutorial that are specifically built out of all these crafting benches. So for example, we have a plank stockpile right here, and if we put that there, we now produce bonus planks whenever we're sawing planks. And so I think I would like to do that. It's a little pricey and expensive, but it does make us more efficient. I'm also interested in getting the coal stockpile and the firewood stockpile going, because both of those allow you to produce more whenever you decide to manufacture as well. For now, it's about 8:30. The sun is down. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a nice little nap. We'll take a good little sleep over here and see what tomorrow brings, because I don't feel like waiting. Oh, the kitty's already in the bed. All right. Come along, Gustavo. It is time for us to visit the land of dreams. Listen, Gustavo's my little buddy, okay? I don't care what anybody has to say about ye oldie Gustavo. Look at him. How could you be upset at Gustavo right now? Look at him. Look at that kitty. Look at him. Look at his butt. Look at it. Look at his little waddle walk because I feed him too much. Kitties are always the best when they're in full-on fat mode, dude. Like, fat kitties, so much happier than, like, skinny kitties. I swear to God. Let's go ahead and we will harvest some plants out here. So I've got some kern. That's probably good, and it looks like it gave me access to grinder. Fantastic. That'll fill in some free time for the weekend. Let's go ahead and we'll move up this way, and we will grab some nails, and we will grab that, and then we'll grab this over here. Perfect. We've got plank stockpiles running around. I need to place that somewhere inside my operable area here. That is a big pile of planks. They weren't kidding, but we should get better plank yields now when we make them. Yeah, we get an extra plank off of every batch. It's not much, but if we do a full run, it's a full extra stack that did not cost us any wood. I'm going to do, I think, a quick jog around the neighborhood. No, we need to put down our candle holders, actually. Let's go ahead and do that. I like the decorative aspect of this game, like making your place nicer and like making it more purty. I'm going to go ahead and pick up candles when and where I can. Oh, it's giving me the stubs because they're partially burnt down. Cancel that? Oh, I didn't even mean to do that. All right, well, apparently that's a thing that happened. My bad. I was trying to pick up the candle, but I picked up the whole table. So that's going to mean I got to redeploy. Nope, do not open the tavern. Absolutely not. Do not open the tavern. Not right now, not ever. So what we need to do now is I've got so many tools and things all over my inventory. There's a lot of items in this game. That might be something you notice about it if you start playing it. There's a lot of things for you to find and learn in this game. We'll go ahead and pull down all these candles too because I want my candle holders in their proper place. So put a candle holder over there. We'll put a little candle holder right over here. Just kind of get that centered the best we can. A little candle holder action right there. There we go. And each one of those is raising the comfort of my bar. So that'll be good. That'll be really good because it means we're going to get larger XP yields when dealing with customers. Let me get my table back up and running. So I wanted that. We need one space for the bench and one space for a candelabra in between. I'm going to put a candelabra in between each line of benches, basically. I've also got this guy right here. Benches and chairs in this game, they do have to go in a specific spot, and they match up with certain tables. So make sure you get the lock-in, like the little green aura. Otherwise, it won't sit properly. We'll go ahead and put you right there. Since I ran out of holders, we'll put you right there. I need the rest of my candles. Actually, I don't know where the rest of my partially burned down nubs are. I guess I don't have them. Alright, we'll put them inside the holders so that the place is at least illuminated. And then I gotta order some more candles. It's gonna cost us a little bit of cash. But over here, you basically have like the Innkeeper Sears catalog. Every item in the game is in here. Most of these you can build yourself, but there will come times where you need to kind of just buy some of them. Luckily, the game allows you to search by name. I need candles, so I'll probably buy 10 of them just to make sure that I keep myself in candles for a while. You can rely on things being delivered, I think after 3 hours, so whatever time it is right now. It looks like it's around about 9 o'clock, so around 12 our delivery will be here. Just things to keep in mind for the future. I planted these trees over here, and it looks like they've finally come of age, so I'm going to chop them on down. I'm going to make an edit right here. I'm going to go gather all the things from my map so that at least I've grabbed them and I'm making use for them whenever they're inevitably going to have use. And then we will open the tavern back up. We will serve some customers for a little while. Hopefully there will be no brawls, no ballyhoos, no Donnybrooks, any of that kind of stuff. And then we will be well on our way to earning a little bit more cash and a little bit more XP to see what we can unlock. All right, I farmed everything on the map. This is the tech tree right here. It's got a bunch of different categories. And if you've ever played Graveyard Keeper, it's exactly the same. When you manufacture certain things from like certain avenues of industry, whether it be like forestry or smithing or whatever else, You will get moats. Those moats are of 3 colors. When you have the right combination and also enough reputation with your inn, you can pick one of these things to unlock, and you can work your way on down the chain. One thing that's important to note is that each of these recipes unlocks like multiple things that you can do. So, you know, they're like the cheese unlocks like a huge amount of cheeses that you can all do separate recipes for. I don't know if it's the same for the alcohol, but we do have enough right now to where we could unlock mead. We can unlock porter, which I personally love. I'm a big fan of, actually, I like everything here. Lagers, pale ales, porters. All of these sound great to me. I'll probably also unlock roasting, I suppose, so that we can make some chickens and things while we're around here. Let me take a look at my various recipes and see if there's anything I can do. Doesn't seem to be too difficult to make all of the darker stuff. So I think we'll be okay. It seems to be kind of like the same recipe, just with different things worked on in. I'm roasting some barley over here, which I'm not sure what the roasted barley is exactly going to do for me. Because it looks like I think we feed it to people. I think it's actually like a food, like a popcorn or something. Barley, not a big food stuff where I live. You can get like barley breads and things like that, but other than like darker breads, I don't really know what else you would use barley for outside of like beer brewing. You want a grog. I'll pull a grog for you. There you go. Get yourself fed on up. Need to get a candle inside. Do I have candles? Did my delivery get here? I don't know if my delivery got here. Porridge for the man, porridge for the man. Man, you guys made a mess, dude. You've been here for like 1/8 of a second. How'd you make such a big mess? All I want to do is go outside and check on my candles. All right, let's pull a beer for this guy over here. Oh, do I not have the beer? I thought I had the beer. Oh, that guy, he wants a... Okay, there we go. Oh, they want another... Okay, so they're drinking the mild today. I like it. You guys are upgrading from grog to ale. I'm proud of you. You guys have much higher standards today. There we go. I gotta get out here and clean up some of this mess. It's filthy in here. They got me running around like an innkeeper chicken with my head cut off. All right, got that over there, and that over there. All right, perfect. These guys are gonna get cranky in a minute if I don't feed them. I like, on a certain level, I get it. I also get cranky when I haven't been fed. Like, sometimes I need that direct application of Doritos straight to the face. Like, it needs to happen right now. My teeth and my fingers both need to be orange and cheesy. Otherwise, I can no longer be a satisfactory interaction partner. Can't do it. Can't be done. Luckily, can we get this table wiped down? I guess I could. Why'd you guys get it so dirty, though? Like, if you guys weren't so nasty... If you got... Look, that guy literally just pooped out an entire fish on my floor. Just slid right out of his pants leg. You guys are lucky that I'm compensated very well as the master of the house here. Insert second act banger, Les Miserables style. What do you want? What do you want? You want a mild ale? Okay. Well, there you go. Enjoy your mild... Wow, that guy paid out of the ear for that. You want a grog? Do I have a grog on me? I don't know. I didn't know if I had a grog in my inventory right now. Lots of people running around. I may have, like, put too many tables and chairs inside of here for working by myself. Later on, you get employees, and the employees, you actually get an upstairs area. The upstairs area is for, like, an inn where people will sleep inside the rooms, and you got to have different beds of different qualities. You get, like, housekeepers, you get bartenders, you get people that, like, man the shop floor over here, basically, and handle all this for you. They do charge a lot of money, though. They charge quite a bit of silver to come work for you, so be ready for that part. But we're not at kind of, like, the automation portion of the game yet. Maybe someday. Aw, dude, somebody peed on my rug? Come on, dude. How are we looking on food right now? Do we still have a lot of food left? Yeah, we still got a decent batch of food left. Not a bad day of equitable profit, if I'm being honest. We're making decent cash right now. Decent XP, too. Although, honestly, most of the people don't seem to be leaving. They just hang out here. That's it. Like, they just keep drinking and keep drinking. It is around 5 o'clock, though, so I'm going to give them a pass this time around. Like, we are in the 5 o'clock region. But I think it's time for us to make last call. Everybody can sing the parting glass and get out of my hair for the rest of the evening. I'm running my tavern is not a bar, all right? We close at like 5, 6 o'clock. This is a family establishment. I need to do my chores. I need to clean up, tidy up, handle some business. We've got farming and carpentry now. Very cool. So with farming and carpentry, oh yeah, look at that. We can do a stoneworks. We've got iron casting for incense burners. We can get oil lamps, which probably burn for a lot longer than our random candles. Plus, if I can make them myself, we can make decorative armors, stone construction. The social tree and the magic tree are not in yet, in case you were wondering. But we do have carpentry and other fun things up in here. So technically we could get large benches, large tables and stools. It looks like we can get storage solutions, which may not be the worst idea. Eventually I'm going to need storage to make that happen. What I'm excited about in here, though, is I can get after masonry and make that a little bit better. There you go. Everybody be on your way. It's time for me to clean up the slop that you've gotten all over my floor. All right? No way around it. We're all nice and cleaned up. Did my candles get delivered? I know I had that candle delivery. We do have our candles. All right, fantastic. So I need the candles to be on my hotbar here. And now that it's in my hotbar, I need to put a candle on this holder because it makes the table more comfy. Makes people want to hang out for a little while longer. I don't know if you can snuff the candles. I kind of wish the candles would turn off when the place was closed because I feel like I waste a lot of candles. We got some more barley, so that's good. That means that I'm set up for making more ale, so that's nice. And then, oh yeah, with the roasted barley or whatever it was back here, what kind of profit is that going to bring in? Let's go have a look at our roasted barley. So roasted barley, we get a 20 stack of it. It looks like it's actually a constituent part. So it's not an end product. We don't sell that to people. Fair enough. Over here, we can do dark malted barley or we can do light barley. I'm going to go ahead and do the dark malt so that we can get the dark malt going and we can make a dark wort over here. The downside to that is that I'm going to need some hops from what it looks like. So we're going to have to put in an order for hops so that we can get that secondary beer type. I think I already have another keg too, don't I? I do. I have another keg of mild ale, so we're probably going to want to get rid of that. Well, we've got 4 taps. Never mind. We've got 4 taps. We'll be good. Beer out of the tap is always so much better than, like, my favorite beers out of the tap are like Blue Moon and like Shock Top. Those are like the two that I swear to God, like out of the bottle and out of the actual tap itself, almost like 2 completely different drinks. Like the order of magnitude of flavor is so different. Absolutely love it. I need to pick up some seeds, and we've actually got some money to spend, so I'm good on barley for a little bit. I'd say let's maybe get 3 barleys. I'd like to pick up some wheat, maybe, on this order. We're going to need some bitter hops, so I'm going to need like a 10 stack of those, unfortunately. It's going to cost us a little bit of cash, all right? But we are making more and more money as the products get more sophisticated. But aside from this, there's a whole bunch of quests to do. You can go to town, you can talk to people, they'll give you jobs to do and stuff they want you to manufacture for them. It seems like there's lots of production trees here. I've been playing the game for roughly like 2.5 hours, I guess, at this point. Maybe 3 after we add in the YouTube filming that we're doing right now with all the edits and everything else. I've been very pleased with it. If you're looking for a game like Graveyard Keeper that has sophisticated supply chains that you're going to be manufacturing and a satisfying loop of leveling up your inn and unlocking more things and then meeting with the townsfolk and learning about them, I think you can do a whole lot worse than Traveler's Rest. I think they've done a really good job with the game, and it's been my pleasure to come back in and check on it. Sometimes when I'm checking in on a game, it's maybe not the type of game that I normally play, not the type of game that I enjoy, and so it feels very much kind of like a task, you know, to get through. to get the 3 or 4 hours in to make a video and give you guys a rough call. This one was not one of those games. I thoroughly enjoy kind of grindy little games like this, where you can turn on Netflix, or you can turn on Spotify, or you can turn on a stream, and you can just manufacture objects and get increasingly more sophisticated, cool stuff inside of your inn while talking with folks and getting little tasks and things to work on to keep you from getting bored. I've had a good time with it. The game is still in early access. There is still a little chunk of content missing right here from the social tree and from the magic tree. However, I can say that as someone that monitors new releases every single Friday and every single Sunday to figure out what I'm doing for the coming week, on the recently released and on the recently updated lists and on everything else on Steam, this game seems to get updates in its content density at a reasonable rate, and so you don't have to worry about that. It seems like they're getting towards like the late stage of their early access now too, and so Traveler's Rest. It's a specific kind of game for specific kind of people, the sorts of people that are into things like Kinseed or Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley, but from what I've played so far, this game seems to be able to hold its head up high while maintaining that peerage. I'll catch y'all later. Thank you for stopping on in, and that's about all I've got. Bye, folks. Take care.